Hey guys, so what is up? Welcome back to another video. I want to start by saying I'm sorry that this video is so long and it's probably not the most entertaining video. I know that it's a lot of me just kind of talking on and I know I gotta make my videos funnier and more entertaining for you guys, but bear with me. You know, I'm definitely gonna have some more entertaining content coming. This is just a video that I really felt needed to be made. It's something that's been on my mind a lot, so I feel like, as I sort of transition more into my trip and stuff in the future, then it'll be less of an issue. Thanks for watching. Back to the video. Hey guys, it's Jesse. I'm here in the beautiful Florida, visiting some family, and was really taking some time to sort of reflect on where I am in life, um, and to think about my future, think about the things I want for myself, and realizing that right now in life, I have this sense of freedom, this freedom that I have never experienced before. I am about halfway through my gap year. I graduated high school June of 2018, and it's already March of 2019, so I'm most of the way done through my gap year, and I'll be attending university in the fall of 2019. I'm experiencing this sense of freedom that I never had before. Part of the reason is I don't have any obligation. I think that's the biggest reason why I'm feeling this sense of freedom and this sense of I can do anything right now. I am not, restricted to any activity. And this whole idea of no obligation, right? Obviously, I'm 18 years old, so I still have most of my life ahead of me, and thus far, the only obligation I've really had, and it's something I've been told since I was a first grader, probably 6 or 7 years old. The only obligation I've had thus far in life is school, is going to school, doing my homework, getting good grades, working hard, and that's what I've been told. My obligation has been school up to now in life. Is the only thing, because obviously when you're a kid, you're not supposed to take life too seriously. So as a kid, you can say you have no obligation, but you also don't have this same freedom, right? You aren't an individual who can do whatever they want in this world. You are still dependent on your parents or somebody to take care of you. So I wanted to talk about why I took this gap year. Why didn't I just go to college? For one, I knew that if I went right from high school into college, I'd probably fail. I knew that I didn't have the mindset, I didn't have the desire, the motivation to succeed in college, to work hard. My grades in senior year plummeted. I knew that at some point in my life, I wanted to travel. My parents brought me up, and they exposed me to a lot of places, experiences. They took me to places all over. They really showed me that there are so many incredible people and places to visit, and that our world is bigger than what we know. My parents were the ones who really inspired me to travel, to go somewhere new, because they had showed me so many incredible places. And it was a lifestyle that I wanted. It was something that I wanted to continue doing. And I knew that later on in life I would have other obligations. And I'd I'd go to college. If I finish college, I'll probably get a job. A lot of people take gap years after college before they start work, and I could have done that. I could have went and finished college, worked, gotten my diploma, and then I could have went and taken a year off. But I didn't know where I would be then. I didn't know what would be happening. But I knew after finishing high school that if I took a year off, I would have freedom and no obligations. I also have times where I wish I wasn't on a gap year. There are times where I wish I was in school, where I was doing something else, where I didn't have my lifestyle. One of the things that people often show on a gap year is all the incredible times they have, their trips, their travels, their adventures. What people don't often show are the times where you're not doing anything. One of the problems with having no obligations is that it's hard to have goals. It's hard to set goals. It's hard to have any sort of intention to do anything. You get this freedom to go places, but you don't know what you want. There's nothing you're chasing. I'm not going in any direction right now. I'm not focusing all of my efforts on something. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I think I need this time. I think I need this time to really realize that you can do what you want. You have this freedom. You are now transitioning into being an individual, being an adult. But back to the idea of not having anything to really work toward, to push myself toward. And what people don't often show about a gap year is the countless hours you spend doing nothing, or just not doing anything that seems particularly exciting or worthy of taking a gap year. And that's true. I'll be announcing my trip in a few minutes. In this video, I'm gonna let you guys know about a trip I'm taking in about 5 weeks. My gap year is a year. I'm only traveling for 4 months. That means that 2/3 of my time is spent working, being at home, not really doing anything particularly exciting. Nothing that people look at and be like, man, I want to take a gap year. There's countless hours I've spent doing nothing, staring at my phone, sitting in my room, partying with friends, stuff that doesn't really get you anywhere. It doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't add any value to your life. And that has been one of the complications and one of the things that I've been trying to work through the last couple months is all I've been doing is working, coming home, looking at my phone, watching videos on the internet, I do read, I do make videos, I do spend time with friends, and I'm traveling now. I'm in the beautiful Florida here. I'm walking around this path. It's gorgeous. I'm seeing my family members. I'm doing exciting things. But I'm starting to realize, sorry, things loud. One of the things I'm starting to realize is just how much of your life will be hard work for something that you desire, to set yourself up for a good life, to set future generations up for a good life. A very large percentage is work and a small percentage is play, and that is proven by the fact that 2/3 of my year is spent working, doing stuff that isn't exciting. Now I'm gonna jump into announcing something exciting, something that I've been looking forward to for months. It's something I've been thinking about, I've been planning, I've been trying to make happen, I've been working, I've been saving up my money, I've been researching, I've been talking to friends, and what I've decided is to take a 9.5-week trip to Europe. In exactly 5 weeks, in about 5 weeks from today, I'll be on a plane going to Berlin, Germany. I'll be going there, and I will start my adventure. I will start my trip through Europe. Not really knowing, why I'm taking this trip. I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm gonna, I have friends, I'm gonna visit friends, but a lot of it is gonna be me in this vast world, not really knowing what I want or what I'm doing, and it'll be a lot of me figuring out what I'm gonna do. I wanted to talk and tell you guys sort of where I'm at, and I know there's definitely a lot of people out there that wondering, like, why the hell would you take a gap year? Like, why don't you just go to school and finish it and stop trying to put it off? And I've had so many people tell me, like, a gap year from what? Like, what are you taking a break from? Like, there's no need. You'll have your whole life to take a break later. And, I took people's words into consideration. I definitely wanted to hear other people's perspective. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I made the decision that was best for me, the decision that I feel like would create the best impact and the best opportunities for me. And and people told me don't take a gap year, and other people told me it's really exciting and such a cool thing and you're gonna have such an incredible time. But for anyone that wants to take a gap year, one of the things I encourage you to do is to really think about why. Why do you want to take the gap year? It's something that I probably didn't give enough thought about in the moment. I had my main reason, again, being that I didn't feel ready. I didn't feel like I would be ready to succeed in that college environment. I didn't feel I had the independence, the desire, and that's a big one. If I knew that I didn't have the motivation and the desire to succeed, well, then I would just basically be throwing away money for no reason. And that was something that I didn't want to do. I didn't really want to go to college right away because I didn't want to just waste a year of my life. And again, if you feel like you are set on a gap year, one of the things is plan it out. What do you want to do? How are you going to make it happen? What types of adventures do you want? And why do you think it will benefit you? What do you think you'll learn from the experience? Anyway, I'm gonna map out my trip and I'm gonna tell you guys more about my itinerary. But I just wanted to give people an update, kind of where I am, what I'm doing right now with myself, my life, my plans for the future. I plan on taking this trip and got school in the fall, which I'm very excited for. Just don't let anyone, any individual, any person you know, tell you how it should be, tell you what you should and shouldn't do, what you should and shouldn't do. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to live with the circumstances. You're gonna have to live with the outcome of the situation. So if your parents tell you to go to college right after high school, but you don't feel ready, you have to make that known. You have to make that clear to them. You can't set yourself up for failure. And while taking this gap year hasn't really propelled me any closer to success, I don't have anything to show for it. No Maseratis or no houses. I have nothing to show for my success. I feel like I've gained certain knowledge or experience, or I've had time to reflect and do things that I wouldn't have otherwise been able to do if I was in college. Wouldn't have been able to understand if I didn't take this time to understand myself and what I really wanted for myself. I wanted to share this video with you guys. I hope you enjoyed. If this was helpful or interesting, please like and subscribe. Drop a comment. What do you guys want me to make videos about? What should I talk about? What kind of videos do you want to see in Europe? I'm willing to do it. I want to make content that people are interested in. Of course, a lot of it is for myself and for my own good, but I also want to help others, and hopefully this did. Alright, y'all. Talk to you soon.